Hello everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So this past month, I had like 2 or 3 different coupons from Big Lots. They were 20% off coupons or whatever, like $5 off, $15, whatever they end up being. And so because of that, I ended up checking out a couple of my local Big Lots. And over the last month or so, I ended up getting a small pile of movies that I wanted to share with you guys. So this one is a relatively small haul compared to what I normally do, but I do have 7 DVDs, 1 Blu-ray, and even, if you can believe it, a 4K item here, which just was shocking to me. I have never seen 4K at Big Lots before. And I know some people are lucky and they find the 4K items at Dollar Trees, but never once in my area have I seen a 4K item at either a Dollar Tree or a Big Lots. And so when I saw this there, I was super excited, and lo and behold, it was one I needed for my collection. So heck, cannot wait to talk to you guys about what I found. But 9 different movies today, and they should be interesting to go through, to say the least. So if you guys are excited about this video, please give it a like down below. That interaction really does help me out. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all. Let's dive right in to my Big Lots movie haul. Even though I have the most DVDs, I'm still going to start with those. So the first one here is one that she was thinking about putting it back, but the cast on this, I had to do it, has Jeffrey Combs in it. I mean, come on. This is Night of the Living Dead Reanimated, and you can see it has the 2D and the old school red and blue 3D on here. So it includes the 3D glasses in it, which is just awesome. But it has Andrew Divoff, however you say that, but it has Jeffrey Combs. And so because of that, even though I'm guessing this probably isn't going to be great, I have no clue, but I mean, it has Jeffrey Combs in it, so I had to give it a chance. And it's just fun, like that old school 3D. I never really loved that. I never thought it worked that well, but whatever. It's a kind of a gimmicky thing, but it's fun. So I'll check this one out and see how it is. I love, of course, the original Night of the Living Dead. I love the 1990 remake. So we'll see if this one is terrible or if it holds up. Night of the Living Dead Reanimated is the first one I got. And again, 2D and classic 3D. That's just cool. This next one I grabbed because it was on clearance, so it was only $1.50, but I've heard almost nothing about this over the years. This is Project Almanac. I remember watching the trailers for this, and I thought it looked pretty decent, but I just never got around to watching it. I believe, and please correct me if I'm wrong down below, but I believe this is actually a found footage film, but it's done in like a unique style. Basically, this group of friends ends up building this time machine, and so they go back in time to make things work out for themselves, and then, you know, crazy things are going to pick up from there. But yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's just like a teen sci-fi, I don't even know. Not a comedy, but just a weird, like, drama, thriller, sci-fi thing. So I have no idea if this is any good or not. Like, the poll quote on the back says, "A movie you want to see with your friends again and again." They called it a total blast. So I have no idea if this is going to be any good or not. But for the price, I figured I would give it a shot and see what it's all about. And what really drew me to it is I believe, at least in my head, this is found footage, which maybe I'm completely wrong, but that's what I remember, like, seeing from the trailers. And so because of that, I'm a huge found footage fan. I wanted to give it a shot. So we'll see if this one is any good or not. Project Almanac. If you guys have been watching my Inherited movie collection series, you might remember from that I've been getting a ton of the Starship Trooper movies. Well, one of them that is not in the box, at least I have a half a box left to go, and it hasn't been in any of these so far, is Traitor of Mars. Well, I happened to stumble across it for $3, so I added it to my collection, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this actually completes my Starship Troopers collection now. I think I now have the entire series in my collection, mostly thanks to the Inherited movies that I was able to get. So this one is actually like an animated movie, but it's done in that 3D animation style that's made to look more realistic. So I don't know, I'm not like the biggest fan of that necessarily, but if they do it well, then, you know, that's great. Yeah, so this one, I believe, I want to say this is like the 4th movie in the franchise. I could be mistaken, it might be the 5th, but either way, I believe now I have all of them. So I had to get it to just complete that series. So Starship Trooper, Traitor of Mars completes my Starship Troopers series. I always talk about how I like collecting the Tartan Asia Extreme line. Well, this one is not that, but it's Tartan Video, and so I was interested in it, and then it's about the Hillside Strangler, so that's the reason I picked this one up. And it also has C. Thomas Howell in it, so that's always cool too. But yeah, this is the Hillside Strangler, which is based upon the serial killer, the real-life serial killer. So yeah, I don't know a ton about the Hillside Strangler. I mean, I know a little bit, just how, like, absolutely screwed up he was, but yeah, this one looks like it might be decent. It's from Tartan, which, again, I love the Tartan Asia Extreme line, which this is not, but it's kind of like the, I don't know, it's like a sister series or whatever, like a sister, it's from the same label, just not the exact same line. But either way, yeah, this one should be interesting. The Hillside Strangler was in LA between 78 and 79, so yeah, this one should be pretty interesting. I don't know if it's going to be any good or not. Who directs this one? This is directed by Chuck Perello. I don't recognize that name, so we'll see if this one holds up. Hopefully it's pretty good. It's a mix of things I enjoy, so hopefully Hillside Stranglers is pretty good from Tartan Video. This next one was a completely random horror movie, but like, there is so much going for this, I had to check it out. This is called Chat Room, and this one is from 2010, I believe. So first and foremost, like, the actors in this are great. You have Imogen Poots, who I absolutely love. 28 Weeks Later is where I first saw her, but I've seen her in a bunch of things since then. I was just watching something the other day with her in it too, but I don't remember what it was now. But anyway, we have Daniel Kaluuya as well. I think I butchered his last name, and I apologize for that. But he was like the main character in Get Out. He's in Black Panther. He's a big star at this point. But then you have Aaron Johnson, who I recognize him. I can't tell you what I know him from, but I totally recognize his face. But anyway, this one, on top of that, is from the director of The Ring, and it has to be the original Ring, because it's directed by Hideo Nakata. And so that just sounds fascinating to me. And it's all based on, like, it talks about, like, the Antisocial Network. And you guys remember I did a review, I don't know, sometime last year, that was a movie that was very similar to, like, Unfriended, which was, what was it, Friend Request, I think was the name of it. And so I feel like it's going to be something similar to that. And all of those things combined, like, for $3, I have to check this movie out. It just sounds really, like, interesting. And it combines a lot of things I enjoy. So I'm really excited to see what Chat Room is all about. Hopefully it lives up to kind of how I've built it in my head, but we shall see. So Chat Room from 2010, and I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this one. If you've seen it, let me know down below. But otherwise, I'm really looking forward to this one. This next one is another one I grabbed specifically for the actor, and it's Harry Potter himself in a survival tale. Like, what's not to love here? We have Daniel Radcliffe in Jungle. So, like I said, this is a survival story. Our main character goes into the Amazon jungle, like it's his lifelong dream to do this, I guess. And he goes in with this, like, mysterious tour guide, and things, like, take a turn for the worst. It sounds like it's going to be a mix of both the elements coming back to haunt them and maybe this mysterious tour guide as well. But, like, I don't know, it just sounds really interesting. I love survival films, and who doesn't love Harry Potter? Daniel Radcliffe in something that's not Harry Potter is just always interesting to me. I liked him in Woman in Black. I didn't love Woman in Black, the movie, but I thought he was good in it. And so yeah, now another movie I can watch with Daniel Radcliffe. So I'm very excited to give this one a shot. So Jungle with Harry Potter in the lead role. The last one I was able to find this past month is another one from the Asylum. And if you guys remember, I guess it was in January, maybe December, I don't know, sometime recently, I posted another haul where I found a ton of Asylum movies at Big Lots. And so I thought I'd found them all, but I went to a different one and I found one more. This one is Adopting Terror with Sean Astin in the lead role of all things. But on the back, as you guys know, it always compares two movies on the back. So it says, a pulse-pounding thriller in the tradition of Cape Fear and Taken. So this one should be a lot of fun. I guess they, like, adopt this little child. I don't know if it's a little boy or a little girl, but the biological father starts terrorizing them. And so sounds really interesting. It's from the Asylum. Where's the logo? I don't even see it on here. Yeah, well, I don't see the logo, but it is from the Asylum. I don't know how the logo is not on the back. That's like the first one I've seen that doesn't have the logo on the back. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked now. Yeah, so it's super interesting that Sean Astin stars in this, and the whole premise sounds really cool, and it's Asylum, so whether it sounded good or not, I was picking it up because I found an Asylum film for $3. So yeah, this one should be interesting. We'll see if it's any good or not. Maybe a good candidate for the next time I do, like, in the Asylum thing like I did for the 13 Days of Halloween last year. But But anyway, Adopting Terror with Sean Astin from the Asylum. And that's the last DVD I ended up finding last month. So now let's jump over to the Blu-ray and then the 4K item I grabbed. When movies are this cheap, it's not unusual that I'll get them for like one reason in particular. And this is another one I grabbed because of the cast. So I've never even heard of this before, but it's called Paradise Hills. And not only does it have Mila Jovovich in it, but it also has Emma Roberts in it, who I absolutely love. And so, yeah, like it's just a really good cast. And it sounds like it could be interesting. Basically, like it's about this girl who gets sent to Paradise Hills to be reformed, but this whole, whatever it is, the school or this facility, whatever it is going to have some like dark, sinister secrets, it sounds like. So, I mean, it sounds intriguing. It looks like it could like be visually interesting, if nothing else. And so no clue what this is about. Like I said, I'd never heard of it before, but with that cast, I didn't want to pass this one up, especially because it was like $3 on Blu-ray. So why would I pass it up? So yeah, I'm intrigued. I have no clue what this is. So another one, or if you know anything about it, let me know if it's any good. But yeah, Paradise Hills, we'll see how that one is. So this is the only Blu-ray I found, but I did have one 4K item I grabbed, so let's show that one next. As I mentioned in the intro, I have never once found a 4K movie at either the Dollar Tree or even at Big Lots. And so I was at this Big Lots the other day, and they had their new standee out with all the movies in it. And lo and behold, there it was, kind of tucked in the corner was a 4K movie. And so it was one I needed too, which is just even better. This is Sylvester Stallone in Cliffhanger. I've actually been contemplating buying this 4K release for quite a number of, I don't know if years, but quite a number of months at least, because it's always one that I've wanted to see, but I've never gotten around to it. There's so many like 80s and 90s action movies that I really need to get to that I've just missed out on, and this is a really good example of that. I've actually watched people play this video game on the NES more than I've actually seen of the movie. I don't think I've seen any of the film before, but I'm very intrigued to see how it is. I've always heard good things about it, and it just looks like it's going to be a fun action flick. So what's awesome about this though, it was only $5, which is a great deal. On top of that though, like the disc itself has a Dolby Atmos track. So I'm hoping, because it's an action movie, that it takes advantage of that really well, but we'll see when I get around to it. So yeah, my first 4K item from Big Lots, and it couldn't have been a better option. Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone. Really looking forward to checking this one out. So that is going to do it for today. That's all of the movies that I found recently at Big Lots. All right, so like I said, not the biggest haul around, but the fact that I got a 4K movie in there as well, like that just makes it one of the better Big Lots hauls. And on top of that, an Asylum film. Like, just, I love it. I'm very happy with what I was able to find recently. And again, those prices you saw on there, take like 20-25% off of those because of the coupons that I was able to use. So it was just a really good month shopping at Big Lots. I actually went back in my media vlog that I posted last week, and unfortunately that one was a bust. But the ones I visited before that, as you can see, I was able to find some really cool things. But let me know down in the comments below if you guys have been lucky at your local Big Lots lately. Have you been there recently? I was talking with someone the other day who hadn't been there in quite some time. So definitely check it out. They seem to be putting out their new items with some of the older things going on clearance. And so you might get lucky and find some really cheap things that you might be interested in. So anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like down below. That engagement really does help me out. And like I always say, I don't just talk movies, I talk all things media, be it books, movies, video games, graphic novels, manga, collectibles. If it's media related, I'm interested in it, and if you are too, you might consider subscribing. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.